Welcome back to another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. I have Rick to my left, Mac is to my right. My name is TJ. Thanks everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are slowly making our way towards the 1,000 mark. Last week we saw some impressive election results out of Virginia. Sad to say it wasn't duplicated in New Jersey, but at least the Republicans managed to go 1 for 1 there.
1 for 2.
Well, yeah, 1 for 2.
Split
1 and 1.
Batted 500. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And you know what? The Republican guy, I forget his name. He wasn't quick to concede either. Good for him.
Yeah.
But you know what? It does appear there was some hanky-panky going on in New Jersey.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know, the big news out of Virginia was Glenn Youngkin winning. But there was even bigger news, and that was the winner of the lieutenant governor election, a woman by the name of Winsome Sears. She's a Republican. She's a conservative. And here's a photo of her, and I got to tell you, this photo of her pretty much tells me everything I need to know. Given the fact she's holding an AR-15, you know, clearly she's a Second Amendment advocate.
She's a NFA.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? You pretty much say that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Prior,
Semper Fi.
you know what? Prior service Marine, which tells you she knows how to shoot the thing most likely.
Yeah.
And she's an immigrant from Jamaica. And gee, by the way, everyone, in case you didn't notice, she's black. So yeah, that was quite the surprise. You know,
Well,
I never even really heard much about
She's
her.
not black according to everybody.
Well, okay.
All right.
You know, you got to be the right kind of black.
Well, according to Joy Reid from MSNBC, you have black faces, but not black voices.
Yeah.
Yep.
When Winsome Sears, she gave a little speech toward the end of the night after she was declared the victor. And here's what Winsome Sears said. There are some people who want to divide us, and we must not let that happen. They would like for us to believe we are back in 1963 when my father came to the U.S. In case you haven't noticed, I am black, and I have been black all my life. That's what she said in her speech.
So she's not newly black.
No, yeah.
And
okay. For a while.
And Mac, you were mentioning some of the things being said about her, and Winsome Sears has basically called out Joy Reid from MSNBC.
Outstanding.
Good.
And on Joy Reid's show, Joy Reid had a guest by the name of Michael Eric Dyson. And he went on his liberal rant, and I got to tell you, it was pretty appalling what he said. And this is what he said. They want, and he's saying this about Winsome Sears.
Okay.
He's saying this about her. They want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. There is a black mouth moving, but a white idea running off on the runway of the tongue of the figure who justifies and legitimates the white supremacist practices.
Isn't that legitimizes?
That, you know what? I'm reading what he read.
Because
said.
my wife heard this earlier today and said, legitimates.
Well, I wanted to keep the quote accurate.
Okay.
So I'm glad.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't. You know what? I didn't want to correct his poor speech.
Right. Well, he's educated.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is hard to English good.
He also then he continues. Let's see. We know that we can internalize in our own minds, in our own subconscious, in our own bodies, the very principles that are undoing us. So to have a black face speaking on behalf of a white supremacist legacy is nothing new. So says Michael Eric Dyson on Joy Reid's show.
I'm sorry we can't have this fool in our presence. First off, so once the camera was off, we could kick the shit out of him. But beside that, we could correct him on legitimates.
Yeah.
And ask him what the hell is he talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see something here. And doggone if I didn't forget it. Jamil Hill, I'm going to try and do this from memory. Jamil Hill said something to the
Black supremacist.
said something to the effect of she was advocating for white supremacy. She did it in a tweet.
Do they ever explain how that is?
No,
Or they just say it?
It's a blanket statement at that point.
Jamil Hill tweets this, and then it's team. They call it Team Winsome. Replies with, and this is where they show the picture of her holding the AR-15.
Yeah.
We beg to differ.
Yeah. Come and get it.
You know. So, anyways, that's all I have on Winsome Sears. Unless you guys got something else you want to throw in.
No.
I'm
just tired of the white supremacy with no examples of how that's the case.
No, yeah.
As she said in her comment, they want to pretend like it's still Jim Crow, that they can't go to schools, and they can't eat at the lunch counter, and they can't get a house in a white neighborhood. All of it's bullshit. All of it's a damn lie.
Yeah.
Well, I
And I'm
think
calling it what it is. They're liars.
I think that's why she made reference to 1963. Because that's when her family came to United States.
It pays to be a victim
You know.
in this country in this day and age, and it needs to stop.
But
Stand up for yourself.
back in 1963, when her family came to this country, race relations were so bad. Yet her family and herself rise above it all. She goes into the Marines
first off, the Jamaicans don't have the African American culture, which is rob, rape, steal, have baby mamas, get on welfare, cry that you're a victim. That's their culture today, and they suffer for it, and they're just looking for an excuse to get out of it in any way they can.
Well, in closing, the one last thought I have is next year is our gubernatorial election, and I just pray to God James Craig knocks it out of the park.
Well,
Yes.
I can tell you the Michigan Conservative Roundtable is going to pound Gretchen Whitmer, not the way she's used to, not by her group of guys who used to enjoy her every weekend anally and call the sessions stretching Gretchen. We're not going to do it that way, but we are going to let people know what she's all about, and she is no good to the core.
No.
Yeah, big time. Okay, that's it. Anything else, guys?
Nothing in particular.
All right, okay. Thanks, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.